Hi guys, welcome back to Monday News with Angelica and Britt.
I am back this week. I couldn't find anything very good from Minnesota while I was out there, so I did my best. But I did find a new article that just happened recently, and I'm going to lead us off with that. A Rochester man, which is Rochester, Minnesota, that's where I was at, was accused of threatening a person with a machete again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So he's under arrest for the second time for threatening someone with a machete. Police say 20-year-old Jose became upset over a cell phone password and pulled out a machete and a knife and started to threaten the man. The victim was trying to defend himself. He cut one of his hands. But, like, who carries a machete around with them several times?
Yeah, who has a machete on them other than like Bear Grylls or a serial killer?
Right, and more than once even. Like, it seems strange, but I'm glad I didn't run into him when we were out hiking through the parks with the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's almost never a reason to have a machete on you, especially like, what were they, I wonder if it was his cell phone or like someone else's cell phone.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because that could either be like his girlfriend or someone took his phone or I don't, like, that could either be that or it could be he was like trying to get into his girlfriend's cell phone and like wanted a password or something.
Maybe. I guess I didn't have that much info. We need more backstory.
Yeah, because that's a weird thing to threaten someone over.
Yeah.
Especially if it's your cell phone password.
I did see a lot of weird things in that town though. So there was a lot of travelers because of the Mayo Clinic being there. So people from out of state would come stay at a hotel for a night, go to the hospital for all their testing and research and everything. But we were walking through one of the common parks in a nice part of the city, and there's a part where it goes under like the road. So you can walk under the bridge. And so I'm looking, I see a bunch of, the rocks that they build up under like an overpass.
Yeah.
So there was that, and there was a bunch of beer cans in it. So naturally, I like to look at things. So I'm looking up there, and there is a hidden, like 64-inch flat screen TV. I'm assuming it's stolen.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. And Silas is like, should we go up and look at it? I'm like, no, because we don't know if this person is homeless and watching us, or what's going on.
Yeah, that could be a trap, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it looked like they really did try to hide it, like they finagled it up there. But I'm always looking closely at things when I'm out walking. So I noticed a big black square with a sticker on it. So I'm like, what's that?
Yeah, that's definitely stolen, I would say.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, my first story is about, there was this woman on a plane, and she's like a writer. So she was on this plane, and she's sitting there, like having a normal plane ride, whatever. And the plane hasn't taken off yet, and she notices a big black ant on her arm, like a big one. So she's like, that's really weird. There's usually not ants on a plane,
Snakes sometimes, but
Yeah. And so this story actually correlates a lot with snakes on a plane, but with ants.
ugh.
So she's like, okay, that's weird. And so she gets it off, and then she notices another one on her pillow or something. She's like, okay, that's really weird. So she starts telling the flight crew about it, and they're like, oh, that's strange, but whatever, it happens sometimes, it's not a big deal, we're about to take off, there's nothing that we can do about it right now. And so she's like, okay. And then another guy starts to notice the ants, and so now these two are trying to get the flight crew to do something about it. They're asking these people can you search for where they're coming from or do anything, and they're they keep telling them no, calm down, it's not a big deal. And they just keep noticing more and more ants, and then they see a line of ants eventually coming down from where you put the overhead luggage,
Oh no.
And so the
Oh my
girl
God.
is like, I know that's where they're coming from. Like, I saw them coming out of there. So she's like trying to get one of the flight attendants to like look up in there. So finally, the flight attendant probably was like super annoyed. So they look up in there, and it was like the guy in front of her. It was above him where the ants were coming from. So it was like by his luggage. So he's sleeping. The flight attendant has to go and wake him up and ask him like to get up and like if they can look up in his overhead compartment. And so he gets up and he's like completely calm about it. He's like, "Oh, ants, that's weird, you know?" And he's asking the girl who's freaking out about it. He's like, "Do you guys not have ants in America? Like, we get them all the time." And she's like, "No, we do, but we're on a plane." Like, and they were like the big black ants that bite you.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's really, I mean, I didn't even see a gnat or a fly when I'm on a plane. Like,
Yeah, you wouldn't expect
so
to.
a huge colony of ants truffling down the hallway.
Yeah, like, that's weird. So they look up there, and the flight attendant keeps saying, "Oh, I can't see anything, I can't see anything." Like, he's like shining a flashlight up there. He's like, "I don't see anything, I don't see anything." And she's like, "Will you please just take his luggage out and like check the luggage?" So they did, and they were pretty sure that it was coming out of his luggage, like somehow ants got in there.
Yeah.
So they put his luggage in a bag, and they like put it off to the side and stuff, and like that guy was talking to her, and he was like totally chill about it. He was like not even bothered that his luggage probably had a colony of ants in it, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, we get ants all the time, blah blah blah."
Where's he from?
I think like Greece or something. I don't remember, but like, so she's a writer, so she's like uses Twitter a lot and stuff. So she was live tweeting the whole thing. So you can go through and read her tweets. Like the first one's like, "Okay, I just found like trying to do my work on my laptop and just found an ant on me. Like just got bit by an ant." And then she's like, "Just found another one." Okay, like she like is telling the whole story on Twitter as it goes along.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny. And then at the end, she posted a picture of like this big tinfoil thing, and she said that when they got home, they put their luggage in it, and it's like, apparently it's this thing that you put your stuff in, and like it'll kill any bugs.
Yeah. It looks like one of those, what are those? Like military sleeping bags. They're like
Yeah.
shiny, but it's like a tent.
Yeah.
I seen those.
It looks like a fire retardant
Yeah.
thing or whatever, and so she said that she had it luckily because she lives in New York, so she had it for like bed bugs because they're really bad in New York. So she put their luggage in there right when they got home, but she like also posted a picture of a bite. Like it looked like a pretty bad ant bite on her arm.
Ants always bite me, so like I don't like ants.
Yeah, especially not when you're trapped like in an airplane.
Well, I want to know what was in his bag. How many were in there that they were like making a line and coming out onto people? And how long has that luggage been packed?
Yeah.
If he's just getting on a plane, you assume he would have at least just looked in his luggage. Wouldn't he have noticed all the ants?
You would think so. And also, I guess that when this was all going on, like once they got the luggage in the bag and everything on the plane, one of the flight attendants was like, "Oh, so are you gonna like sue him?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" And they were like, well, clearly it's coming from the bag, blah blah, which they didn't know for sure. But like obviously they were like trying to not get the airline in trouble.
Oh, geez.
So they were like being jerks about it. They were like, "Well, are you gonna like take action against him?" And she was like, no. She was like, "These things happen, you know, like it's still the airline's fault that they don't have any like."
They should have been able to notice crawling huge black ants in the scanner.
Yeah, well, yeah. And she was like, you know, the airline should have a thing set up so that if there's bugs or snakes or something on the plane, they should have like a set of steps that they do, you know?
Exactly.
And the guy told her, the flight attendant was like, "No, we don't have anything like that, you know?"
A movie came out and you still don't have a plan in force?
Yeah, and one of the flight attendants told her, "Why would we have that? This has never happened before." And then a different one told her, "Oh yeah, it happened like last year."
Oh my gosh.
So it was just all a huge mess.
Yeah.
But she's not suing the guy, you know? They don't even know for sure if it was from his bag. Like, they put it in the bag before they even, like, figured out where the ants were coming from. So it probably was from his bag, but, like, you would think that the airline would know.
Yeah.
And plus, people try to sneak stuff onto planes.
Well, yeah, what if he would have had like a colony of ants for his research and then it busted open?
Yeah.
And now, yeah.
Because somebody else just got caught trying to sneak oh, what did they put? They used like, I don't know, like toilet paper rolls or something, but they put finches in them, like the little birds.
Yeah.
And they were trying to sneak them into New York because there's like apparently there's a lot of people that like are really into like singing birds, you know, in New York. So they were trying to sneak them in to sell them. So like, what if those got loose? Does the airline not have any idea what to do?
No.
Apparently not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my next story comes to us from Chicago. And I'm sure you have probably seen the news about it, and you guys probably did too. So let me get the right name here, the Skydeck, that glass elevator or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? It cracked.
Wait, in the Sears Tower or?
A mother and her 2 children were reportedly standing on the deck when it started cracking.
The Willis Tower. I think that's what they changed the name of the Sears Tower to. Something like that.
Yeah, it's 1,451 feet up. It's the tallest building in Chicago and the second tallest in the United States. And tourists go there all the time to take pictures, to skyscape or whatever you call it, you know.
I'm pretty sure Me, Tori, and Zach went there.
Yeah.
Or, not Me, Tori, and Zach. Me, Tori, and Alex.
One woman described hearing a boom before noticing that the glass had splintered into 1,000 pieces. Thousands of pieces.
That would be so scary.
It would be very terrifying. She had her 2 kids with her. So like you don't want to pick up the kids and cause weight in one central spot, because that's a bad idea. You don't want to disperse and have one of them fall without you. So like what do you do? Like obviously they got off safely.
Yeah,
but
they're so high up that like you can't just run down. You know, it's gonna take so long. It's like, I mean, also there's probably a lot of people in the building that are all going to be trying to evacuate too. You know?
No, they're not. They're going to be out with their phones trying to capture this historic moment on camera.
I don't know. There's no point in capturing it if you know, like, if you die.
There's always that person though. You know how many videos there are of deaths online? So I don't know. I just think that that's like terrifying and something that people never expect to happen. Even though they've thought of it and they've thought of how scary it would be, they're still not expecting it to happen.
Well, the chances of it happening like to you when you're there, you know, are like, the chances of it happening anyways are like almost none. And then the chances of being there if it does happen are like even less.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm
like,
wondering.
That's like winning the lotto.
Yeah. Except the bad lotto.
Yeah, that's like winning the lottery of bad luck.
I'm wondering if they have it fixed already or what the plan is. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll fix it, but it's probably going to be hard. I mean, it's such a tall building, you know?
Yeah.
That's so scary.
I know.
It's freaky being in tall buildings too, like taking an elevator all the way up. Have you ever been in like a really high skyscraper?
Yeah.
It's really freaky.
Yeah, I
It's
went,
cool.
well, I guess it wasn't a skyscraper, but I was on the top of a hotel down in Mexico. It was a really tall one. It was cool, but you could see, like, it was high up. It was kind of freaky.
Okay, so this next story is really, really weird.
Okay.
This guy who had like a record of like being arrested for like random stuff, he got arrested for burglary. And he was mad about the judge sentencing him. So he decided to throw poop at the judge. And while he was throwing it, while they were like trying to arrest him and stuff, he was screaming, "It's protein, it's good for you." Like, I don't know if he thought that was gonna help him or if he just has given up, so he was like, screw this, I'm gonna, you know, like, ruin this guy's day, you know? But
can you imagine trying to put handcuffs on someone whose hands are covered in poop?
yeah, and like, that means he somehow defecated himself, like, grabbed
Oh, it was his own?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they were in a courthouse. He was in the courthouse. They had to evacuate the second floor to disinfect it.
I can't even, oh my God. What?
I have no idea what he was thinking.
That's so terrible.
Yeah, and that's certainly not going to change the judge's mind. Like if he gets like, when you're in prison or whatever, and you can like go to retrial,
Yeah.
like try to get out early. If he gets approved for that, he's never getting approved for that.
No.
Like no judge is ever going to want to see this guy again.
Because you know how like spitting on someone is like the worst form of disrespect?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a little worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Well, and they say that like spitting on someone in some states, I'm pretty sure it can be like considered assault.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like throwing your poop at someone is definitely assault then, because that's like a good way to spread disease.
And pink eye.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one isn't like a typical news story that we would cover, but I find it really interesting, so I want to talk about it. It is 5 of the weirdest existing laws in Michigan, and it has been updated recently. It was back in March 2019, so I mean they're not old and
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, drunkenness on train prohibited. No person shall, while in an offensive state of intoxication, enter, be on, or remain on any train or passenger car. Like the ones that have the passenger cars.
Okay, well, I've broken this.
I know you
I had
have.
several Bloody Marys on the train. And I get drunk off of like one drink.
Yeah.
So,
I'm surprised that they allowed you to get more than one on the Michigan train. It does say in an offensive state of intoxication. Maybe you weren't being too
Yeah.
offensive yet.
when I say I was drunk, I mean I was like,
Ready to take a nap drunk.
yeah.
The next one is Log Cabin Day. The last Sunday in June, which is coming up here, of each year shall be known as Log Cabin Day. This was made in 1989, but they still keep it relevant. I've never heard of this, and I've lived in Michigan my whole life.
No, I've never heard of that at all.
Log Cabin Day? Like, what do we do? Do we play Lincoln Logs? Do
That's
we
what I was
eat syrup, the log cabin syrup? Do we go stay in a log cabin for a night?
Talk about Abraham Lincoln?
Appreciate them? We need more information.
Yeah.
Number 3, motor vehicles sale on Sunday unlawful. So a person, a firm, or a corporation should not engage in the business of buying, selling, or trading any type of motor, used, new, anything, on a Sunday.
So I think I've actually heard this one before.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, maybe like in old movies or something. Like I feel like I have heard a mention of it before, but not well enough to like know that I knew that. Do you know what I mean?
My mom was like a car dealer for like a really long time, so maybe that's how I heard it.
Oh, they all are closed on Sundays,
Yeah,
except for people on like,
Craigslist.
yeah, stuff like that.
But I've bought cars on Craigslist before, but never on a Sunday. I think just because the Secretary of State's office was closed.
Yeah,
So,
we'll have to remember. I like this one. Putt-putt golf courses must close by 1 a.m.
why?
Hours for golf driving ranges, putting greens, miniature golf courses. Practice or driving courses or putting greens shall be operated between the hours. Oh, wait. Oh, should not be operated between the hours of 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. So, like, why?
Yeah. Why can't a golf course open before 6 a.m.?
Because if it was because of the dark, you would close at like 9 or 10, not 1. And what if one wanted to be 24 hours because they had good lighting?
Yeah,
They can't.
that's really weird. Hey, have you seen at the putt-putt golf course in town that there's like cool stuff up there now?
Well, last time I was there was rock climbing, go-karts, the arcade. Do they have more?
No, I think that was it, but I haven't went. I want to go rock climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I like
The
rock
kids
golf.
would love the go-karts.
Yeah,
All right, now we gotta go.
yeah. But obviously not after 1 a.m.
Obviously. Okay, this is the last one. And I don't know, I like this one better than the last one. It's illegal to willfully destroy your radio.
Oh my god.
And it's got a huge long list, like, a person without lawful authority shall not willfully cut, break, obstruct, injure, destroy, tamper with, or manipulate, deface, steal any machinery, tools, equipment, telephone, telegraph, telecommunication, tower, post, radio. Like, then the list goes on. Any type of pipes, valves.
You know what this is about? It's about terrorism. Because after 9/11, they put in all these laws that, because like you can steal copper from like cell phone towers. If you do it now, it's terrorism. It's not just you trying to, you know, because there's like abandoned cell phone towers and stuff like Nextel towers.
Yeah.
And if you were to go in there and get caught stealing the copper, they just like to sell. They would say you would get charged. They would try to charge you with terrorism.
Oh,
it
wow.
probably wouldn't hold up, but they would try to charge you with terrorism
Yeah.
because like it's tampering with a telecommunication.
Yeah. And it says a person who violates this section is guilty of a felony punishable by imprisonment for not more than 5 years or a fine not more than $5,000 or both. So really it's about like utilities and being able to communicate if there's emergencies. But I mean, all of that information is just under the one little headline, it's illegal to willfully destroy your radio. That's all it says.
Yeah, and also like why? What if I want to destroy my radio?
I have destroyed a radio.
I'm pretty sure I probably have too.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
I think like when I was little, I probably took apart a radio and then couldn't figure out how to get it back together.
We all did.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
And does this count for like Walkman and like iPods and stuff?
We'll have to look deeper into it, but
Or
that
do they
list was
mean-
long.
Do they mean like a radio, like
Probably like a,
Like a-
telecommunication radio.
yeah?
But any normal person is going to be like, what do you mean I can't destroy my radio? And like turn up their country song or whatever.
Well, and that makes sense if it's like a public one, like if it's in like a one of those like towers you see in movies, like out in the middle of the woods that
Oh, yeah.
for like DNR. It would make sense. You can't destroy that one. But
Yeah.
if I go buy one of those CB radios and I burn it,
Yeah.
now I want to do it.
Hey, speaking of that, all this telecommunication, when I got lost in Wisconsin, my GPS cut out. I couldn't figure out where I was going, so we were down this back road, and they still had working, no, I can't even think of their name. Payphones, yes. They had working payphones because there's literally nothing out there.
Yeah, that's really weird. We still have like the payphone things
Yeah.
at our gas stations. They just ripped the payphones out.
Yeah.
So now it just is stupid.
Yeah,
Like, it
they
doesn't
should have
make
left
sense.
them in.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
because-
see why not.
Just because we have cell phones, like our batteries die, we run out of data, like run out of service, those would be so helpful.
Yeah, like also, what if you don't have a cell phone? Like some people don't have cell phones.
You know what? They're gonna bring them back in like a new style, and it's gonna blow all the young people's mind, and it's gonna be the greatest new invention. When really, like, we've had those forever.
Well, you know what? Now, like in I'm pretty sure it's New York, but in cities,
Mm-hmm.
they brought back like a payphone booth.
Good.
But instead of a payphone, you could go in there and get on the internet because it was like,
Wi-Fi booths?
yeah, it was like basically because like, you know, if you're poor and you don't have Wi-Fi, you need to be able to like make job or turn in job applications, like, you know, make a resume.
And
like,
you
do
don't
stuff
want to
like
go
that.
sit in a place and use their free Wi-Fi when you don't have money to buy anything.
Exactly.
That's a really good idea.
So they did that. Well, you would think it was a really good idea.
Uh-oh.
Except for they had a problem with like homeless people watching porn in them. So that became an issue that no one saw coming and they should have seen it coming because they already have that problem in libraries in cities.
Yeah.
How disturbing is that?
Like, okay, what's the first thing you want to do if you ever get internet? Porn!
Well, and it's like in public with people around.
Aren't they glass boxes?
I think so. It's like people don't care. They do it in libraries where it's a big circle of computers. So like they don't care if it's a glass box.
No.
This was in Pakistan. They were giving, like this politician was giving a press conference. You might have seen this one. I don't know. It's pretty funny. But He was giving a press conference, and it was like live on Facebook. His team was like filming it on a cell phone, you know, and they put someone accidentally put a cat filter on. So it's like this Pakistani politician giving like a super serious, you know, talk and everything, and he's just got little cute eyes and cat ears and stuff.
I did see that.
It was so funny.
I know. It was only for like 2 or 4 seconds. Like they were able to correct it right away, right?
Yeah.
I thought that's what I read.
Well, I think so, but they also, or no, I don't think they did correct it.
No?
I don't think so, because I think that they didn't even realize, because this says that people were like writing in on the like comments trying to like warn them, but like apparently they weren't watching the comments or something.
Huh.
But they deleted the video.
Yeah. I read something that wasn't the first time it happened. That's what I read. Like it's happened once before. And there was a bunch of people in comments saying how it was all planned. They're trying to make fools of that wing of, you know, whoever they are. And I'm like, okay, like we've never accidentally put like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Especially like I've never used Facebook filters, but I imagine that they're super annoying. Everything on Facebook is very annoying to use.
I've never used, I do Snapchat, but I've
Yeah.
never tried the Facebook.
Like on Facebook, all that extra stuff on like the messaging and stuff, it's so weird and confusing. I don't know if it's just because I haven't used Facebook in so long, but like when Alex will show me something, like a new Facebook feature, I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. Like
Yeah.
I don't even get it.
Sometimes they'll like have you update to do a new feature, and it's just awful. Like it's so annoying, so inconvenient. So then like 2 weeks later, you notice it'll be back to the way it was. Like they're
Yeah.
just trying stuff out sometimes.
Well, now Facebook, they've ruined Instagram. Instagram used to be so simple and good.
Yeah.
And now they like, Snapchat wouldn't sell to Facebook, so Facebook was like, fine, we'll turn Instagram, we'll put stories on Instagram.
Yeah.
Which, who uses that? I don't think anyone
The
uses
celebrities,
that,
tons
except
of them.
celebrities.
Yeah.
But it's like so dumb. It's like, just get a Snapchat.
Facebook has stories too, and
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like just post it or don't post it.
Yeah, why do you need it
And
to
people will put it on their story and the timeline. So then it's like, why?
Everything about Facebook sounds so frustrating.
People are bogging me down with Facebook, man. I could get into a whole spiel. Like, they're just posting the most ridiculous things. Like, this little baby burnt his arm in Nigeria. If you don't share this post, you're a bad person. Like, what?
Well, they say that like it's really bad for the human mind now,
Yeah.
because we're constantly getting all this like before it was like before like the internet was a big thing, you could like see that stuff on TV and stuff, but you weren't constantly getting hit with like negative news about like
Yeah.
people dying, school shootings, like kids are constantly dying and you're like constantly seeing it. So it's like giving everyone like the impression that the world is so much like worse than we used to think it
You
was.
stress about things you can't change. Like, people look into things too much now, I think.
I mean, it's good in a way, because like if no one looks into it, nothing will get done about it. But it's also like sometimes you just need to give yourself a break.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to keep like perspective, like, okay, this is happening, but there's nothing I can do about it. Like, you know.
I was listening to like a talk radio station when I was driving, and these people were talking about how the scientists or whoever does studies did some studies, and the worst like social media app, like it impacts you negatively, it affects your mood, makes you more angry and judgmental, is Twitter.
Oh, I believe it, dude. You cannot use Twitter. Like, I swear to God, if you get on Twitter and you post like, dogs are cute, or like, I love puppies, someone will be like, well, that's not fair to cats.
Oh my
People
gosh.
argue with you about everything. They will be like, oh, like, people are so ridiculous on Twitter. Everyone
I can't
is
do
just
it.
looking for an argument. Like, there's some Twitter communities that, like, you can post and people will be nice and stuff. But if you, like, post anything, especially anything, like, political or anything, like, about news that's going on or anything, like, people will just jump down your throat at the littlest thing.
Oh my gosh. That's, yeah, I've never been on it, and I don't really want to. Like, yeah, you see some cool stuff or like find good news or whatever, but I get impacted heavily if I'm on social media too much or with too many people's opinions. Like, oh, I'll get like literally depressed.
Well, it's not so bad because on Twitter, like, nobody we know uses Twitter. So you can follow whoever you want. So if you just follow, like, celebrities that you like or, like, people like that, you know, it's not that bad. But it's when you start, like, if you, because they're always showing you, like, I don't know, I might be following the news, I don't know. But they're always putting news videos or news stories. And, like, they'll be, like, such a dumbass news story. It'll be, like, the world's biggest pizza, blah, blah, blah. And there will be people in the comments, like, you can't read the comments on news stories, especially not CNN
Because
videos.
they're like, I highly doubt that's the biggest pizza. Where's the pepperoni?
No, they always turn everything, if you click on any of CNN's posts, I swear to God, it could be about, like, anything. It could be about animals, food, anything. If you look in the comments, there's just a bunch of people making it, like, political. It'll be about, I swear to God, they could post about pizza.
Yeah, and that's because CNN is like known now for being like one-sided. I don't know which side. I don't keep up on politics, but you know what I mean? Like there's people who say CNN is the best, it's all real, and then there's other people that's like CNN's all a lie.
Well, and they're all idiots because Fox News is just as bad.
Look up your own information.
Yeah, you have to, that's why I watch CNN, Fox. I don't usually watch MSNBC because it's dumb. But I'll watch some Fox videos, some CNN videos. Like, you have to spread it out. You can't just get your news from one source.
Right.
That's one good thing about Twitter, is that it makes you, like, see news from other sources.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is so frustrating. But I would think that, like, one thing you don't see on Twitter is, like, you know, on Instagram and Facebook, everyone's always posting, like, oh, look at me, like, look at my perfect family, look at what I'm doing today, like, I'm so, like, rich and cool, you know, like, people make those kind of posts.
Yeah.
You don't really see that on Twitter.
No, because it's all about people's opinions, not how other people see them. Like, it's not about their ego, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like, on Instagram, I was just listening to a thing about how, like, young girls, Instagram affects young girls, like, way worse than young boys. Because for one, girls, when they bully, they, like, attack you, like, online and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Boys just bully physically, like, they'll, like, punch you or whatever. So, like, social media hasn't made bullying worse for boys that much, but it's gotten way worse for girls. Young girls, it gives them, like, really bad self-confidence issues. Like, it was, like,
Yeah.
basically saying that Instagram is, like, really bad for girls.
Yeah. And, like, I have an Instagram for, like, my art and stuff that I do, like my music, my art, and I'll post like the cute pictures of me that I don't want to put on Facebook because of who I have on Facebook, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't put my kids on Instagram.
Yeah.
I did one time, and it was just because they were modeling their new Target outfits, and I tagged Target in it. But I don't put my kids on Instagram. And some people are probably like, well, that's weird. Is she trying to seem like she has a different life? No, because anyone, if they're following them hashtags, can see my posts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want my kids to just be out there and like, if someone said something bad on one of them pictures, I'd lose my shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the same with everything. Like, people on Facebook, there was a bunch of women who, like, would find, you know, those weird ads that pop up that say, like, hot women in your area looking to date.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was women who were on those ads, and they were like, what the hell? Like, they were like, they had no idea how it happened. Well, because they posted, like, basically, like, pretty innocent photos of them, like, swimming or, like, at the beach with their family or whatever. Somebody that they know on their Facebook friends, because a lot of them had private Facebooks,
Yeah.
and someone they knew, like, took that picture and, like, sold it to that website to use in the ad. So
Well,
it's like, even on your
I
private
would rather
Facebook,
sell my own pictures and get the money.
yeah, but it's like, even on your private
Yeah.
Facebook, like, people are stealing.
People are scum.
Yeah.
So that's all that we have for today. Talk to us, guys. Leave us some comments. Let us know anything. Let us know you're out there.
Yeah, let us know about your weird stories, like weird news stories you've heard of recently.
Yeah, share us, and we'll have some good content for you.
Yeah. All right, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.